King Tutankhamun was given the throne at age 9 in 1332 BC in what is now known as the New Kingdom. His reign only lasted until his untimely death at the age of 19 in 1322 BC. Tutankhamun's story remained hidden for over 3,000 years until archaeologist Howard Carter unearthed King Tut's secret tomb. Lord Carnarvon started paying for Carter's excavation in 1917. In 1922, he called the dig off because he didn't want to keep paying for it, but Carter persuaded Lord Carnarvon for one more season, which is when one of Carter's workers finally found the tomb stair. The discovery of the tomb was on November 4, 1922. Carter waited for Lord Carnarvon to make his way down to Egypt so they could open the tomb together. When Carter was the first to glance through the hole they made, Lord Carnarvon asked him if he could see anything. Carter's response was, "Yes, wonderful things." Tutankhamun's antechamber was filled with golden jewelry, statues, furniture, chariots, perfumes, trumpets, a marvelous blue glass headrest, and other royal goods. Unfortunately, Lord Carnarvon died before he was able to see the pharaoh's mummy. Because of how big and heavy Tut's burial shrine was, it took Carter and his men 84 days before they actually got a closer look at the golden coffins. Tutankhamun was buried in 3 golden coffins inlaid with carnelian and lapis lazuli that fit inside each other. The outer 2 coffins are made of wood that are covered in gold, while the innermost is made of solid gold that weighs about 243 pounds. Upon discovery of King Tut's 3rd coffin, it was blackened with thick embalming ointments. Inside the 3rd coffin is where the king rested with his golden mask. Tutankhamun's fingers and toes were covered in gold caps to protect the small bones. Tut's internal organs were placed in canopic jars with lids made of alabaster and carved to look like human heads. In total, over 5,000 artifacts were recovered from Tutankhamun's tomb. Using modern technology, scientists were able to scan Tutankhamun's body with an MRI machine in hopes of finding what caused this young king to die early. The images showed that the king's mummy was in a very bad condition, besides the body being in pieces from Carter's team from when they removed Tut from the coffin. There is a hole in the bottom of the back part of his skull. His sternum is completely missing, but his ribs look like they were cut and not broken, and his wisdom teeth were growing outward. The team of scientists that were studying the pictures believes that none of these were contributors to his death. Instead, they found that King Tut had broken one of his legs above the knee, while the other leg's kneecap had been torn out and an infection had set in, but they cannot determine how he got those injuries. Scientists also have DNA evidence that confirms Tut was the product of inbreeding. Because of this, he was weak and had physical defects, including an overbite, wide curved hips, and a clubbed foot. King Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered 94 years ago and still makes the news today. Early in 2014, an Egyptologist, Salima Ikram, linked together evidence that might show that the Egyptians may have purposefully transformed King Tut into the god Osiris. The reason she believes this is because Tut was buried without his heart, or a scarab in place of his heart, which is quite unusual because it is believed to be needed in the next life. Extra resin was poured to blacken his body, his penis was mummified to be erect, and the paintings on his tomb wall show him as Osiris instead of near Osiris. In August 2014, King Tut's mask was at a museum in Cairo, Egypt, and one of the staff members accidentally broke off his beard and tried to epoxy it back on, causing further damage. In March 2016, radar scans found that there is open space and unidentifiable objects behind the north and west walls of Tutankhamun's tomb. Some believe it to be the final resting place of Nefertiti, Tut's stepmother.